Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Mohtarma. Viewers, Assalamu alaikum. One day, Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam was present at the seashore. His gaze fell on a small frog which was going towards the sea with a grain of condom in its mouth. Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam kept looking at her continuously. While walking, they reached the seashore. At that moment, a frog took out its head from the water. It opened its mouth. A frog entered its mouth, and the frog went swimming inside the water. Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam was very scared and surprised. He kept thinking about this. Suddenly, the same frog came out of the water again. It opened its mouth, and the frog came out of its mouth. But the grain of condom was still in its mouth. I was not Ginger Suleiman. And in the end of this sentence, I would have asked him, "Oh my God, in the depth of this sea there is a stone which is empty from inside, and in it there is a worm. Allah has created the worm in such a position that it cannot get out from there, and I bring food for it. Allah has ordered the frog to pick me up inside the water and take it to the stone and put my mouth on its head. I take it out of its mouth and go to the worm and keep the grain of gandam near it. I am this frog. I am a relief waiting for me. I enter its mouth again, and it takes me out of the sea. Swimming in the water, Hazrat Suleiman Islam challengingly said, "When you go with a grain of gandam for him, have you ever heard any conversation with him? Music? That tooth of mine has rested for me. In the depths of the sea, not inside this stone called my Mu'minin. Do not call my mercy on me. Hazrat Imam Zainul Abidin Salam." Chandol says, in a happy voice, "The name of the bird is Chandol. The reason for the crown on the head of Chandol is that Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam, when he poured sugar on its head, such a crown was formed on its head. One day Chandol wanted to give his mother, but Mad Chandol was raving about this work. Nar Chandol said to her, 'Don't stop me from doing this work. I want to have a child from you who will be remembered by God.' When Mata Chandol heard this, she accepted the demand of her city. Then, when the time came to lay the eggs, she was worried about the place to lay the eggs. Chandol said, 'My opinion is that you should lay the eggs near the road, so that whoever sees you thinks that you have come there to collect grains, so the person who sees you will not feel proud of you.' Mata Chandol accepted the crown of her city and laid the eggs on the side of the road and sat on them. When the time to hatch the babies came near, one day both the birds heard that Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam's army has become Ravan, and the birds have taken their own on their heads. Mata Chandol said to her city, 'Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam is coming towards our army, so that we can come out from here. There is a danger that I and my eggs may become ghosts under the feet of that army.' Narchan said, 'Suleiman alayhi salam is a kind and compassionate person, so there is no need to be worried. Have you collected anything for the children to eat?' Mata Chand said, 'Yes, I have a kidney which I have kept for the children.' 'Do you also have something?' Chandol said. 'I have a date seed which I have kept for the children,' Mata Chand said. 'He said you pick up the dates and I pick up the crooked one. When Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam will pass through that place, they will present the bones in his service because Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam.' Now, Narchandal likes this very much. Narchandal took the dates in his examination, and Mata Chandol picked up the locust with both her feet, and both Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam presented himself on the throne of Islam. They were welcomed by the Hindus. Chandol sat on his right, and Mad Chandol on his left. Hazrat Suleiman sat on them, and they too told the Hindus the story of their life. When they were in his service, said Hazrat Suleiman, accepted their bones and turned the army aside from there so that their eggs do not come under their feet, and sprinkled sugar on their heads and prayed for them. Because of Hazrat Suleiman's prayers and the mass of his hands, a beautiful crown appeared on the heads. The city at night is very beautiful in front of his wife, and is without any mischief. It is obvious that he is in love with anything. Hazrat Suleiman asked the bird, "Why don't you surrender yourself to the city when he loves you from the heart?" The bird replied, "A.P. Amber, God, he is not a lover. He only claims to be in love because he is in love with someone else other than me." This thing made me angry. This had a deep impact on the heart of Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam. He cried and went into solitude. For 40 days after the murder, he kept falling in the court of God and sorrowing in the court of God, that may the love of God not arise in my heart, and may my love not be confused with the love of my God. One day, a snake appeared in the service of Hazrat Suleiman and said that a person has killed my 2 children. Therefore, I request you, alayhi salam, to send him to the camp along with the rest. Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam said that a man cannot be killed in revenge of a snake. The snake said, "O God, if you do not kill him, then my request is that you kill him. I shall make him the guardian of the power, so that the one who is not using the treasure with justice may go to hell again, and then I will take revenge from him along with the people of hell." This tradition explains the meaning that it is very dangerous and difficult to not take responsibility of the treasured thing and not to do it. Those who take such responsibility should completely stay away from this thing forever. The thing is that we are standing on the edge of hell. It may not happen that they fail to fulfill their responsibility in this treasured property. God, his punishment is very severe. One day, Hazrat Suleiman and I were going with my great army with great poetry and splendor. While walking music, we were sitting on the throne, and the wind was swaying us comfortably. During this time, a young girl addressed the other peaks and said, "If you want, go inside your holes, so that Sulaiman alayhist and his army do not rape you, and they do not even come to know of it." When Hazrat Sulaiman alayhis salam heard her voice of a lie, he smiled and said, "O God, give me the ability to thank you for your blessings which you have bestowed upon me and my sister, and may I do such a feat that you agree, and with your mercy include me among your servants." Hazrat Suleiman ordered his servants to bring the challenger to me. The servants immediately caught the ant and took it to their presented in service by Janabe Suleiman. Alayhi salam told her, "Don't you know that I am the prophet of God, and I never do any injustice to anyone?" Jyoti said, "Yes, I know this." Hazrat Suleiman Islam said, "Then why did you scare me with your peaks?" Jyoti interpreted, "I was afraid that these peaks might become crazy for the world by seeing your splendor and fear and might forget God. I wanted that they should go inside their holes and not see Ja'in and your Jan Hassan." After this, Jyoti asked, "Do you know why Allah has brought the wind in front of you with his immense love?" Janabe Suleiman said, "I am not aware of this big peak, because he said so that you understand that yours is yours. The country is going to be destroyed, and we should not believe in it. And if the Almighty God had made all the things of the world your slaves like air, then everything would have been taken out of your control. Like air, no one can control it. Hazrat Suleiman alayhi salam smiled after listening to this sacrifice and advice of challenge. If you liked our video, then like it and subscribe to our channel to watch more such videos. See you in next video, inshallah.